Hey guys, badrob here, with my friend VTark,
Ayo.
and we're going to be going over and talking about this second replay that he sent to me. Last game we did the first replay. It was an Isabelle versus VTark's Pac-Man sort of matchup. It's not my Isabelle, so I'm here to give some commentary on what I think the Isabelle's trying to do, what I'm trying, like what from my perspective on like what I think I would do, etc. And VTark's sort of talking about the perspective of like of playing this Isabelle, so what he wants to do and tried to do, and also just like the Isabelle versus Pac-Man matchup nuances and complexities.
Okay. So to start off with, I feel like we started off neutral differently than the last video. Like, wasn't it? Didn't I like approach with a jump?
Yeah, so in the first game, you the first thing you did was double jump to get close to Isabelle, and then dropped a hydrant trying to stop them from planting mine.
By and large, that's a pretty dumb move, depending on who you're fighting. Just so you know, I don't know what I was thinking. So
Yeah,
let's see if I do the same exact dumb move here.
let's find out. I agree. All right, can you see everything just fine?
Yeah. Oh,
Okay.
and we already discussed how one would stuck neutral and whatever in the last video, so we can kind of skip over that here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Okay, so I approach with Nair and then throw my fruit. And then drop Hydrant because I'm a genius and really remember that she can pocket. But really, it just seems like immediately she's having a lot of trouble keeping me out, especially with me just forward airing incessantly.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, like that's really what's really helping you out right here is you're not. This Isabelle's not being able to set up right now and try to get any space on you to stop you. I really like how instead of setting up right in the opening, you've actually started by trying to go in on her.
Oh,
It's really
okay.
working out.
Yeah. She got my apple there.
Yeah, that was rough, but
Yeah, she's just not having a great time keeping me out this match for some reason. And by the way, I don't usually smash attack Hydrant, but it kind of worked out there because it's in a position where it's going to hit.
yeah, if she had went for a pocket, it would have been a different story. But yeah, that did
By
work
the way,
there.
that is good. Seeing the Hydrant in that situation is good because you know they're going to pocket it.
I think definitely having the bell and like waiting for them to pocket and then using it on them to get that punish is really good. Because I know like when I feel like you're gonna throw it, I'm trying to pocket. Absolutely.
Yeah. Also, nice little edge guard attempt, but my recovery is absolutely broken.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know what I would have done there. Maybe just got back to stage.
Yeah. What I've been trying to do with that is Z-drop the orange and then kick them into it, but it has not worked a single time so far.
I see. I like how you went ahead and just got key.
So you know she's gonna pocket,
Yeah.
so you can just do that. I was originally trying to do the same thing I did with the last one, but funnier stuff happened, really. Like, he was positioned differently, and then I will say she just keeps getting caught by those. I feel like I've gotten in her head at this point.
Yeah. Absolutely. I think that you're
And she threw that in my face.
way at an advantage right here. I loved what you did there.
With the orange.
Yeah. So, I want to go back because I want to talk about this section. So, this is one thing watching, I think that you did kind of badly. So, this is not necessarily like this matchup important, but I just want to talk about like
Oh,
you
it's like
kind
a
of
general thing?
it's more of like a general play thing. I think you
I
really
love this frame, by the way.
so oh, are you able to see it now? Is it not like bringing you to the front again?
Yeah, I
Like
mean, it's not bringing me to the front. It's super choppy, though, but I can work with it.
yeah, okay. Yeah.
We should probably keep this frame for something. This is amazing.
I'll have to like get a snip of it or something like that to
Yeah,
use it.
we've
Yeah,
got
this
this
is
going
good. It's a
on.
good frame.
Yeah. Put this entire section in the blooper reel, too.
So really like what I'm going to talk about is like advantage and positioning. So I really feel like you threw yourself into disadvantage and this Isabelle was really capitalizing on it and like it actually was really scary for you. So all of this is fine until you did that.
She could have totally
So
punished that. She could have totally punished that, but she chose to jump away for something.
well, so here's the well, yes, I think that's true, but also you really threw yourself off stage right here. I'm gonna
Yeah.
try to go back. You really threw yourself off stage to try to get that when Isabelle had so many like options, like so many things they could have done, like air dodging. I think they might have still had double jump, but they eventually go for the fishing rod, and then you throw yourself out really far. Like you almost connected it. It was almost worth it, but like then you get put in this situation where now she has stage, she can set up mine, and you're now trapped down here. And I mean, as we see, like it goes pretty bad. Like
Yeah. To be
It's
fair though, like I will say, because A, I have a great recovery, and B, because none of her leg traps have worked in the last game, and none of them were really working now. Also, wow, I forgot that happened. But yeah, since none of them have really been working for us so far, I really didn't feel much fear in going off because, well, if I need to, I can just recover low and just get ready to tech if need be. But she kept going with down air, so I'm just thinking, okay, cool. If she spiked me, I'll go into my trampoline.
I
Of
think
course, a
it's
lot more than that happened, but it worked out
I think
somewhat,
it's a
maybe.
decision that you have to make. If you, I mean, like Isabelle was at such a high percent that like that was it was a forwarder you went for. It would have killed. Like it was definitely a
Would
risk
have
you.
killed, but it would have gotten her in disadvantage.
It's a
Forward air doesn't
risk
really
you would have
kill.
had to decide whether or not to take. But all I'm saying is that that could have been a comeback moment for Isabelle
That could have definitely.
because I mean, like she can go down, and I mean, like even like it just sort of depends on what this Isabelle's able to do, and maybe a better Isabelle player can stop you better, like
Yeah.
taking up one of your uses of your trampoline or just getting a really good nair or something like that, and
Yeah.
then it would have, and then the situation would have been completely reversed. And
I also
even
might add, I was in advantage for a while, and I was kind of feeling myself at that point. So if I
yeah,
was
no,
playing panic, like in the last game, I wouldn't have gone for something like that.
yeah, absolutely. And I mean, like, that's the struggle of it all. I think we've all been there where we're like super in advantage, we're totally feeling ourselves, so we just keep kind of just doing whatever. We're not really like thinking about it. And like, just like another thing to keep in mind is like, what did you get off that? Because not only did you not kill her, but now you're at 74%. You're 20 points away from a pretty easy setup from like jab into down smash,
And
get
that
you off
even
the
might have
stage,
killed
you
because
know?
she dropped a pocketed hydrant, which knocked my hydrant in. I'm just gonna say that was quite an interaction.
Yeah, so absolutely. So I mean, like, I think it's a gamble you have to decide for yourself whether or not you want to go off the stage to try
Yeah.
to get that kill. I think that there's many universes where it works.
Yeah,
You know?
and many where it doesn't. Like, I'm just gonna say, it was, it didn't pay off per se, but it could have gone a lot worse for me.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So, but yeah, I just like I saw that moment and I was like, I think that that was something that you should keep in mind because I think throughout all of this, like, you're really like, I mean, yeah, you're really like,
So,
kick,
or any Pac-Man players out there, or from the Isabelle perspective, what's the play there if you're if you're in this kind of situation, super in disadvantage kind of thing, and then you land something like that. What's the follow up to try and get advantage back?
if you're playing Pac-Man.
No, if you're playing Isabelle in this state, like if you were this
Oh,
Isabelle,
if I was this Isabelle,
yeah,
it's for me, honestly, it's gonna be pretty campy. Like, it's gonna be trying to be campy and then like look for that opportunity, you know, like hopefully like get you to come to me, hopefully get you off stage so I can do what like this Isabelle was trying to do to you. Like, I mean,
yeah,
really at that point for me, like if I'm already pretty behind like this, like I have to go for something off stage, even though my offstage against you isn't always great. I have to go for something risky because that's how you make up for your losses. I mean, like that's at least like sort of the theory in card games. Like when you're behind, you take risks to get ahead, and when you're ahead, you don't do things that prevent you from you do things and prepare for hands that will make you lose.
yeah.
That's how you and so I imagine it would be basically the same in this. So
Okay.
I yeah.
So in this situation, I'm sorry if I interrupted.
No, that's basically I was just gonna basically repeat myself, so
So in this situation right here, I'm assuming the play would kind of be try and get to stage as fast as you can, put down a mine maybe, and just kind of throw out hitboxes to make sure I can't get back on stage easily. Is that right?
in like where we're looking at right now, like where
Yes.
you're over here, yeah, absolutely. I need to get well, I let's say for me, so like yeah, I need to get back to stage as soon as possible because you're off on the left side, and so I gotta hope that you decide to recover low so I can set up my trap and then set
Yeah.
up my
Just
my
throw out
typical edge
hitboxes,
guard
really.
situation.
Yeah, Lloyd and then hitboxes. Just press A whole bunch of times, kind of.
Basically,
There's more
yeah.
to it than that, but kind of, yeah. That's kind of what it'll feel like. So.
Yeah. And like this Isabelle missed an edge guard situation when you both were fighting down here at the ledge.
Oh, she
So
tried for it. She tried for it.
she tried, but she could have gotten another nair in on you before doing up B to get back to the stage. I don't know if it would have made much of a difference, but that is like, and like that's something that even I struggle with is knowing what are the limits of my character. Like this Isabelle was a little bit too scared to like really go for it there.
Also,
But
knowing when to go for also know when to take a gamble and know when to just take what you can get. And
yeah,
but to be fair, Isabelle was, I'm pretty sure, probably playing kind of psyched out. So at this point, she was kind of thinking, either she might have been thinking, okay, he might die, or I can get back to stage quick and set up something. or okay, he's at pretty high percent and in disadvantage. I'll just take what I can get.
Yeah.
All right, shall we continue?
Let's do it.
Okay. You could have just pocketed that. I don't know why they didn't.
Yeah,
do I do the stupid roll? I don't do the stupid roll.
Oh gosh, yeah, that back air.
I kicked the dog. Again, she kind of caught on to that. That bait with the hydrant throw the keys.
Yeah. I don't know why she didn't pocket there.
She's not pocketing much at this point. Like, I noticed that she was not pocketing much stuff. Like,
I think just kind of... Ooh, that's rough. I forgot about that.
I don't know, that was just... Insert DBZ music or something, because I don't know what happened. Also, that just killed obnoxiously early, holy cow.
Yeah, no, that was pretty... I don't know why they... But I mean, like, I guess, like, the air dodge wasn't, like, a horrible idea, but, like, I don't think that there was any need for it.
The apple, the apple into the hydrant, because here's the thing...
Wait, were you about to do hydrant? Were you about to do a hydrant setup?
Well, no, I did do the hydrant setup. I caught her with the apple hydrant setup. So, like, here's the thing. That can cover a lot of ledge options really, really well. It can lead to some setups. But, like, for this Isabelle, I don't know why. I feel like I just made them scared to use pocket, because every time they pocketed something, I just kind of hit them with something else. Or almost did, at least.
Yes, absolutely. So that's like the Pac-Man players that I have the most trouble against is I get punished for pocketing, because Isabelle's pocket is like good, but like it also comes at a huge defect of like I have to wait a long time before I can act out of it, and I don't have invincibility for that long. So like
why can't I do that against you then? Why can't I do this against you?
I want you to. Please do, because I need to get better at being schmoovin' and grabbing things from you. Absolutely.
I really do try, but even after a break and then we came back to playing Smash, you still kind of schmacked me.
Well, because it's hard. Video games are difficult.
Oh my god, that frame there.
I know, this one is like literally moments before disaster.
we have so much thumbnail worthy stuff here.
That is a good meme. Oh god, literally moments before disaster.
Alright, so I feel like there wasn't that much other than like this was very different in that I managed to get in their heads a lot faster, and they weren't respecting my aerials as much for some reason. Either that, or I was just doing way better at getting in somehow, and making them scared to use pocket, which led to them not using it as often, which led to that. So I guess the counterplay to any Pac-Man player that's really struggling against Isabelle, make sure, like, you're going to want to bait them early on when you know they're going to try and use pocketing. So you're going to want to try and bait them into doing that against your hydrant, and then like punish it with something else, like a key or a bell or something. But for that, you can't be too far away from them, because if you are, then chances are you might not hit them, and chances are, at that point they'll shield or something. And if you do hit it at that point, you might not even cancel the pocket, because if you hit them soon enough with something while they're pocketing it, they're not going to have it anymore.
Yeah, and that's something
it's just not going to show up in the pocket.
That's something that's something that messes me up too, is that like if you get hit while you're pocketing something, sometimes, like, which is pretty rare, it's hard to do, but like that'll stop you from actually being able to use it. Or like if you're like in the middle of unpocketing something and you get hit, I'm pretty sure it also gets taken away from you. Like, it's super weird. It should get fixed, but but yeah, that's something you have to keep in mind too.
Dude, imagine if that gets patched and this entire segment was for nothing.
Well, then I'll have to come back and edit this video.
Yeah, but either way, if that happens, even if that does happen and the cancel thing does go away, I still feel like a good counterplay would be to punish them for pocketing, because then even if they do get whatever it is that you threw down, the hydrant, really, it's still going to cost them damage and probably put them in disadvantage. So
yes,
you're going to basically instill them, hey, you can have this if you want, but it's going to cost you.
Exactly. So that's what happens to me playing against Pac-Man players is I'll go in and try to pocket the hydrant, which leads into them getting like a fair or a nair or something like that, and then they just get me along that string, you know. And Isabelle and some things I'm sure I'm able to get out of with good DI, etc., etc. But like it's difficult with my frame data. So like that just is really a great opening for you. Now you've totally got me up close where I can't do anything. Where my best chances of like approaching and dealing is with my forward air, but I can't do any of that stuff. Like Isabelle has good options up close with like up tilt, like spot dodge up tilt and nair out of shield, etc. But like when I'm caught in a situation like that where I can't really set up or be prepared to do something like that, like I mean there's nothing I can really do. So
I also might say, just in general, like again, in general, the Apple Hydrant setup is good, but in the Isabelle matchup, it's also really good to deny them certain ledge options. Because again, like remember when I said all of like 30 seconds ago that if you're gonna bait a pocket out of them, you want to stay close. If you set that up at ledge, you're literally gonna be standing in front of them if they decide to pocket. So their only real options are to try and roll or to try and pocket the hydrant. After which you could probably throw the apple if you recaught it, or maybe even charge and throw the melon to maybe read a jump or a roll. So that could be a very good way to push your advantage state and make sure that and it's a good way to ensure that that you're keeping up to the strategy.
there's a lot of complexity with this matchup, and that's what I
Yeah.
love. Like, oh my gosh, like that gives me so many ideas. And like that's why like I always look forward to like looking at these kind of like replays and stuff like that. A day in the I think it's a day in the lab. I think they actually have I don't know if they're an Isabelle main or not, but I think they have a video where they talk specifically about this matchup and like all of the complexities and everything like that. It's a good video. I'll have to remember to link that. And if I forget, VTark, you'll have to back me up.
All right, we'll do. Okay.
Perfect.
Oh, this
Well,
was interesting. This was very much a contrast between this and the last match.
oh yeah, absolutely. It felt a lot closer. I felt like you really capitalized on a lot of the things. Like, I feel like what you did better in this matchup. I mean, just right off the beginning is not going to set up like going into like
Well,
fight
keeping it
Isabelle.
simple at the
You
very
know?
least.
Yeah, you kept it nice and simple. I liked it a lot. It was great. It was really good. I think there was moments where this Isabelle was doing pretty well, and I think that there was a possibility like for a comeback, but would have been difficult. Had to be patient, yet look for the opportunity to do risky things. You know.
Yeah. All right, so I feel like that kind of about sums it up. Do you have anything to add here, like what the Isabelle could have done better and what the counterplay is to some of the stuff I did here? Do you have anything on that?
Yeah, basically, like for me, I feel like they kept they weren't pocketing enough, and I just kind of got the feeling there was like a sort of like a flustering going on, you know what I mean? Like I feel like they were getting pretty flustered playing this, and like I just feel like they weren't really. I feel like there were some moments where they were pretty disconnected, where I feel like they weren't actively responding to what you were doing, and they were sort of just throwing themselves at you. You know what I mean? And it's all about like creating an
Yeah,
opportunity and taking those opportunities, you know. And sometimes you have
yeah.
to be patient for those things, and like it can be hard when like you were absolutely steamrolling her for the first stock. You know what I mean? Like yeah, like that's
Not to
hard.
mention, I feel like it would have been better for her if, since I did it a lot, don't go for the hydrant, go for the key. Because if you pocket the key, the hydrant's not going to just punch you in the face. It's the key that's going to do the damage if you go for the hydrant. So she was just kind of going for the wrong things and pocketing at maybe even the wrong times. And when she didn't pocket, she just kind of ate whatever I threw at her.
Let's see. I want to see if there's like a specific moment I can pull to.
What, with the key setup or like the apple or what?
Just with this Isabelle, like if there's something like specific I can say about what they did. I like this ledge trap situation over here. I like how they went for it
Yeah.
to try to
Also,
get you right
Pac-Man
there.
players, watch out for them if they come off for you. Chances are they're just going to try and pocket your power pellet.
Yeah. Or try to. I don't know, like sometimes I feel like I feel like it's too risky to go for it sometimes because especially if you're using it like low or far away, like we can't
Or if I keep
really
it
get it.
behind me.
you know?
But yeah, you're gonna want to protect your power pellet as much as you can by putting it behind you instead and doing a loop. It's something
Interesting.
that's yeah, because chances are like when I haven't done that, I'm more likely to just get in a really bad spot because if you just do it straight forward, you're gonna be really close to the side of the stage, and I've gotten stage spiked by Yoshi's there. I
Ah,
know that's
interesting.
situational, but there are definitely other situations where that could be bad, like uh Yoshi. Okay, I can't think of them off the top of my head, but they're there.
I also feel I feel like there's moments where this Isabelle is actually like above you and your hydrant, and you really do a great job of capitalizing on that. Like I feel like this Isabelle ends up like above you many times, and like has a hard time getting down, and then just gets punished by your hydrant. I feel like that happens a couple of times. Like looks like it happened right here. Like
Yeah.
was like jumped above you to try to do something, and then just gets completely bonked by it.
Yeah. Also, the apple hydrants are against opponents that jump and don't really tend to throw out moves or have moves that clank with the fire hydrant. That's a really good way to catch them on their jumps. Like maybe like you're gonna want to be careful against certain characters like Lucina or Ken or Incineroar that do tend to throw out moves that clank with the hydrant.
Uh huh.
Against other characters that like to do that, and it might even come down to player. If the player just doesn't tend to throw out those kinds of moves a lot, then that's a great way to really call them out. So, all right.
All right. I
I
think
feel like I've
that's
said,
yeah. I
yeah,
feel
I
like
feel like I've said all that I wanted to.
yeah. Same here. All right. Let's
All
go
right.
ahead and we'll do the next video then.
All right. Sounds good.